Welcome to the Inspiration Report for May of 2023. Come on in, grab yourself a beverage, and get ready to be inspired. Good morning. Welcome to the May Inspiration Report. Sorry, my mic was on mute. Good morning, fellas. You guys ready to go?
Morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, Sean. Hey, Lee. How's it going?
It's going good. Happy Revenge of the 5th, which is, of course, the day after Star Wars Day, the most important day of the year. Am I right or am I right?
It's kind of like Revenge of the 5th is the hangover of, right?
Absolutely.
Of
Absolutely.
with you.
Also, it's Cinco de Mayo, so happy Cinco de Mayo
Exactly.
for those who celebrate
Yeah,
it.
that's what I gotta say. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of May birthdays too. So happy birthday to everyone who's celebrating a birthday in May as well. And we've got a great report for you, Sean. I gave Sean a couple challenges, right, Sean? I told him you got to give some great ones to Jose, and I said you absolutely have to include some Star Wars ones. I think the fun part about this, Sean, is I don't have to fool you with the Star Wars thing. So back when I used to do this at Disney, my cohorts, Victoria and Gert, they would totally roll their eyes when I would show Star Wars things. And of course, at the beginning of every presentation, I would be like, no, I'm not showing any Star Wars stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. And then, of course, I had Star Wars stuff. So
you have a T-shirt.
Yeah, I got my shirt on. Hey, I got my Last Jedi shirt on. I want to show some love to Rian Johnson. He always gets dissed on the boards and stuff, and I like the Last Jedi personally. So, but yeah, we got a good report. For those of you who are new to the report and haven't been here before, we do this specifically to inspire you. So this is a presentation where we have gathered together some. Actually, Sean, who does all the gathering, which also you're awesome at that, Sean. By the way,
thank you very much.
We gather this stuff so we can inspire you in all kinds of different ways. So this is stuff that's from all different industries. It's a combination of advertising and products and things like that. Whatever it takes to make a connection to help you create ideas, because really that's what we want to do. We want to inspire your thinking. So next week when you're at that big brainstorm deciding on that big project, you'll be like, hey, I saw this Star Wars thing last week and wow, we should do that. Right?
And they might even say, and I saw Lee Kitchen's Star Wars tattoo. I won't go there, but it did inspire me.
I haven't got one of those yet. But I did get a Jedi robe finally because I'm going on the Galactic Star Cruiser next week and I'm pretty darn stoked about it. So.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
so awesome.
I'm also going to make a lightsaber. Trust me, I'm making my lightsaber. I have an old one, but go ahead, Jose.
We know we're gonna see something on the next inspiration report of that.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
a making of a video or something. Let's do that, please.
You're definitely going to see that. And speaking of video, today is also a big day because I'm basically launching a Star Wars: The Millennium Falcon. I'm controlling it with this amazing new rig I got here in Canada, at my office in Canada. We are broadcasting, for those of you tech nerds out there, we are broadcasting at 6,000 frames per second. Yeah, or megabits per second. We are at 1080p, which is huge. We've got 192 VBR for the audio, which is awesome. And we're at 60 frames per second, fellas. So we should be crystal clear in your basement from our basement.
Yeah, we took off all the duct tape.
Yeah,
right?
we did. We did indeed. All right, so let's go ahead and get rolling here. We'll go over the rules really quick. Of course, it's a little bit of inspiration inside a box to help you see outside of yours. your hosts, Lee and Sean. And of course, don't forget the absolutely wonderful, amazing host, producer, moderator, presenter, Jose Gutierrez. Welcome, Jose. Welcome back. We missed you last month for sure.
Yeah, miss you too.
And our rules go without saying. We want you to keep it positive, keep it open-minded, share the air with everybody in the chat, be respectful. Of course, build in yes and, especially if you see some of this, if you've been involved in some of the stuff we're showing you and you have an idea for it beyond this, great. We definitely want you to pay it forward. As a matter of fact, Sean has the link tree ready to go, and we will post that several times today. So make sure that you get that, share it with anybody, and we want to have some fun, right, guys?
Yes, let's have fun, please.
Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and cue this up, and we're going to talk about, really the obvious one here, and that is Star Wars Day was yesterday. Don't sing it too loud. I don't want to get copyright stricken with the stuff. Right. I had this great video with Duel of the Fates and Bruce Lee replacing all of the things that Bruce Lee uses in a fight with lightsabers. It was amazing, but it used Duel of the Fates, so I didn't want to trip up the copyright police, Anyway, you might be wondering why the heck people celebrate May the 4th. It seems obvious, though, Sean, doesn't it?
Well, for us, Star Wars fans, I mean, you are all the way in, right? And I enjoy it. I like Star Wars. I still have my Star Wars figures, but we know there are still plenty that don't quite get it. So please, Lee, please explain the history and the passion.
Well, it started, of course, it seems obvious. It did not start when the movie came out in 1977. It did not start with any of the subsequent movies, Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. It didn't even come into play in the 90s when the prequels were coming out. It did start, though, sometime in the mid-2000s, and it basically started as social media started. So as people started talking on the internet in the early 2000s, they made the pun, "May the 4th be with you." And, all the nerds got it. Like, I can remember walking around the office in 2008 telling everybody, "May the 4th, happy Star Wars Day," and nobody gave a crap, right?
Right.
And because, I was like isolated. There was there was Brad Baker and Gary, and we were the only Star Wars fans on the floor kind of thing. But it actually, it took an official turn on the day that Disney bought Star Wars from Lucas. I remember that specific day too, Sean. I'm sure you might not have been in the building, but I went around the entire building in Disney marketing and I high-fived everyone.
Yeah.
That was like the most exciting day of my life, right? So Disney actually made it official and made it an official holiday. And they officially acknowledged it in the California legislature in 2019. So it's actually something that Disney did on behalf of opening Galaxy's Edge. So now it is officially Star Wars Day on May the 4th. So for those of you nerds who've been saying it since 2000s, good for you. May the 4th be with you. And Sean, for those of you who picked it up a little bit later, may the 4th be with you too, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we have a fun video to show here that we thought we'd talk about, and that is some really great Star Wars things. Here we go.
Very good. Oh, that was a good one. That was good. That was fire. Easy, I'm on your side. Okay, calm down.
Oh, that was a great one, Sean. Thank you so much for finding that. That was awesome.
Nothing like hitting people legally with a lightsaber.
Yep.
Right?
Anyway, hope you all had a great Star Wars Day yesterday. I hope you will continue to celebrate it. And, if you have an excess amount of Star Wars merchandise, want to get rid of it, you know where to send it, right? All right, Sean, all you, buddy. Keep going.
All right. So, hey, here's an idea. Let's take the rear windshield out of a car and make it solid so you can't see. So Polestar, an EV car company, we probably all started to see more of them around. They're in the 4th generation of their car. And the interesting part is the CEO is a designer in former life. So he, much like Steve Jobs, right, places a lot of emphasis and focus on the design of the cars themselves. But what they've done, because the glass of the rear windshield had an impact on the shape and the way the car that could be shaped from an aerodynamic perspective and how it could be elongated or not in the back. So they took the windshield out and replaced it with the latest technology of a rear view camera, which then goes onto a super high def screen that the driver can review and access.
That is awesome. It totally reminds me of the portholes inside the Disney cruise ship, the inside interactive portholes.
Exactly. And it does talk about, so a couple quick sentences. Although the deletion of the back window risks a certain claustrophobia, the rear compartment manages to envelope occupants without plunging them into existential gloom. Several things help. First, it has a full-length glass roof, which is standard, and the option of electrochromic function to switch between opaque and transparent. Pretty cool.
That is cool.
The glass roof stretches all the way back just beyond the rear occupants' heads and finishes part of the way down where a traditional rear window would sit. But it's the implementation of, well, what if we took the rear glass out? What could we do with technology? So really brilliant.
I love it. I love it. Sean, I've had this idea for cars that I'm going to share because I want somebody to actually execute it, because I'm tired of sitting on it and it's just not happening. But you know, when you're sitting in the back seat and you have to lean forward to be in the part of the conversation with the 2 people in the front seat? Yeah. Yes. Why don't we get some ambient speakers so we can hear both the front and the back at the same time, and our voices go around so everybody can hear. Come on.
Through speakers. Brilliant, right?
Everybody's involved, right?
Love that. Love that. Yep.
All right. Next up, if you want to go to a baseball game, this stadium will let you basically swim and watch the game. Come on. In an effort to attract a lot more viewers, this Texas baseball stadium has a very particular dress code for some of its patrons, and that is bathing suits. It's at Riders Field, where the minor league baseball team, the Frisco Rough Riders, play. Fans can watch games from a 68,000-gallon lazy river, which is the largest water feature in a professional sporting venue ever. One lap around is more than 3,000 square foot river. It's about 400 feet, and those in lazy river can be on an inner tube, where they can just hang out in the water while they're watching the game. Now, I think that's a great idea, Sean, except for those people that are sitting there all day long and they're drinking like multiple beers. I'd be skeptical at that particular point.
Yeah, especially like the 2 guys that never left their position.
Right. Right. Really cool. I mean, a cool way to attract new consumers, right? Hey, we're not getting everybody coming to the game. Let's make it fun, and let's bring some stuff in. I noticed that a lot of baseball stadiums, the socialization they've really stepped up their social game with the beer gardens and the other social areas and things like that. So interesting.
Right. Well, and I love too, of course, the lazy river is available for private rentals, group rentals.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Super smart. Love it.
Group party. All right, let's see what is up next. I think we have something for you, Sean. Stand by. There we go.
Yep. And look, we got to make one quick throw to the chat. Cold Close says, finally making a boring sport more interesting. Could not agree more.
Not a big fan, eh?
All right. This is so simple. It is freaking brilliant. So there's a bar in Barcelona. I think we should send Jose there to check it out. It's called the Dow Jones Bar. And literally, the price of the drinks fluctuate based on supply and demand.
What? Say
so,
what?
So over the course of the evening, the more that a certain drink is purchased, the price of that drink starts to go up.
Oh.
So, but every 30 to 45 minutes, there's a market crash, and all the prices reset. And so some of the comments say that, when the drink market crash hits, because people rush to the bar to get drinks when they reset at lower prices.
Right.
But they say, I mean, super creative idea and experience, and people have said it's a blast. Even if you're on a budget, you can still play the market or wait for a crash and come out without having spent too much.
That's pretty awesome. Also, a great way for the new interns to go in and learn about the whole concept.
Totally, yes. They just
Uh,
have to see if you are really on a budget. What do you get stuck drinking? Right.
all right, Jose. I believe you are up here. So let's see what we have for you. All right, America
right.
is addicted to parking lots.
Yes, exactly. So America's addiction to parking lots is driving up housing costs and fueling inflation, according to a recent report. Zoning laws that mandate a minimum number of parking spaces per building are exacerbating the problem, even when those spaces are not even necessary. By prioritizing the need for parking over the development of more affordable housing, cities are perpetuating a housing affordability crisis that affects millions of Americans. And as the pandemic has highlighted the need for more walkable, livable urban spaces, it's time to rethink our reliance on cars and actually start prioritizing sustainable transportation options. I think I see this even here in Chile, where more places are being created just for cars, and there's no even bike lanes.
Yeah.
So I think we need to give a twist on whether we need to start focusing more on cars, or to just create more sustainable transportation.
Absolutely. Yeah, and parking lots take up a whole lot of space, like a whole lot of space.
They do, and they're just concrete. Like there's nothing green on them.
Yeah. I kind of
Maybe
want
that could be an option, right? Like creating this whole upper deck that is just a garden,
yeah.
where you can just place cars, right? You mix both.
I love it. All right, Sean Brown. Looks like you have picked out something perfect for me, and that is this is sponsored by Trupanion Medical Insurance for your pet, but this is basically the best Star Wars inspired pet names were released in honor of May the 4th. Trupanion is a leader of medical insurance for pet. We found that pet parents' love of Star Wars often intersects with the love of their furry companions, so they scanned a database of more than 800,000 insured pets and found the literal creative names that Star Wars lovers have. So let's see those right now. They are Chewbarca, Luke Skywalker, Vader von Wigglebaum. That's a good one. I love that one. Pug Vader, Poe Dameron II, Duke of Wales. Let's see. Furry One Kenobi, also very good. Bark Vader, Luke Skywalker. That's a good one. Chewbecky, love it. and Darth Meow.
Darth Meow is the best one for me.
I'm loving the picture of the Chihuahua with the Princess Leia buns on there. That's pretty awesome.
I mean, this is one of those stories you just don't really even have to talk about, right? It says it all.
It really does. So thank you very much for putting that in. And if you all have ever heard of any cool Star Wars names, please make sure you put it in the chat. That would be amazing. All right. Who is up next here? Looks like you, Sean.
You bet, buddy. Potholes, right? Certainly had to deal with them a lot growing up in New England and Rhode Island. But the UK and the town of Essex apparently has a significant problem with potholes, and people have just gotten to the point of annoyance where they're either trying to fix them themselves or they're just trying to do funny shit with it because they're tired of hitting it with their cars. The issue of potholes in the county hit national headlines last year when singer Rod Stewart was filmed fixing potholes near his home.
No kidding.
Because it was impacting his personal status so badly. He was complaining that the road was too damaged to drive his Ferrari on it.
Well,
so,
I mean,
right. You feel bad about that, right?
I do. I feel really bad for Rod Stewart.
So, one gentleman, Andy Conroy, he sifts through charity shops and his grandchildren's toy boxes for props. And he has started to draw attention to the potholes, create art and comic scenes with them.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's all amazing until they get driven over, though.
Exactly. But I love the Loch Ness Monster pothole on the right. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, super, super cool. Yeah, potholes are an issue. But also, we have these things in Orlando called brick roads. And they basically are like driving on nothing but potholes. So some people want to pay extra for that stuff.
Right. They're historic potholes, right?
Yeah. Oh, crazy stuff. Crazy. All right.
There was a guy, I think in Canada, who also got like super outrageous because of this pothole thing, and he decided to do it on his own. Cops went into the place and said like, "Hey, you can't do this. Like, you can't build something."
He was just filling in his own potholes.
Yeah. Well, and then people stopped by. They started to give him food, weed, money, and then the guy, like, I think he made it for a while. He made it his job, like for at least 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Just filling potholes.
Amazing.
That's great.
All right, let's see what we have next. So Mother's Day is coming up. It's a week from Sunday. But some brands are actually being kind of cool, and they're allowing customers to actually opt out of Mother's Day marketing, which is super sensitive because some people, Mother's Day conjures up some negativity. Maybe they've lost their mother. Maybe, they can't be with their mother or something like that. So now they're offering a way to stop the flood of Mother's Day marketing emails, sparing consumers who don't want them for potentially bittersweet messages. And like I said, Mother's Day can be different for a host of reasons. So major brands like Levi's, DoorDash, Ancestry, K Jewelers, Etsy, and Canva have allowed customers to opt out of Mother's Day emails. And it's nice because some opt-in emails themselves could trigger memories of bad feelings. So good for them. It's common practice for marketers to use seasonal moments as an opportunity to reach out to consumers, but the opt-out strategy allows companies to establish a touch point and also respect consumers' needs, which I get like 10 emails a week from after I just bought a Weber barbecue, and it's like, y'all, I'm let me cook with it before you bombard me with 10 emails a week. Come on. Right. And does it work? I would like to ask my CRM friends, does that really work? Does that result in a lot of business? So
I know. I do not understand the volume. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Crazy stuff.
But I love the continued opportunity of really personalizing communication to individuals, right? And technology is allowing this more and more, and why not do it? It just builds a better relationship, I think.
Yeah, and I will opt in for that, right? If you promise not to send me emails that I don't want, I will opt in for your emails. So
Hey guys, just a small word. Connecting what Juliet said a while ago. It's like there's so many social media holidays nowadays that you can actually take advantage of those. And instead of creating like this Mother's Day, you can just tag along 2 holidays that are social media related, and then you put this as an excuse, right? Yeah. So it's not like you're bombarding people to remember like their moms or whatever, because as you said, it might bring some bad feelings. But then you can just do something different, right? Yeah. Like connecting social media and all this culture that is given to us, and just twist all this new, like there's old holidays that we have, such as Mother's Day for dad or Parents' Day in general.
Nice. Yeah. All right, you're up, Jose.
And I'm up. Right. Yeah. So,
I've got a video for you too.
You do? Cool.
Yeah.
So Chicharito, Hernandez, and Lay's, they just inaugurated the new Lay's Replay soccer field that is made entirely from recycled chip bags. That's awesome. The project is part of the company's commitment to sustainability and recycling, reducing the amount of packaging waste that ends up in landfills. Oh my God, this is so cool. Yeah. The field has been constructed using innovative technology that converts used chip bags into a durable material for the field surface. The Lay's Replay field is located in Arizona and will serve as a model for future sustainable sports facilities across the country. The initiative has received widespread support from the soccer community, of course, highlighting the power of sports to drive positive change and inspire sustainable actions. This is mind-blowing. The first time I read this is why didn't people do it before? Yeah. And I think like it's so good for its social responsibility coming from Lay's, which is one of the biggest industry like chips producers. Right. And it's like, hey, let's not just throw it into a landfill. Let's create something with it. It's like clapping. I'm clapping in my head.
All right, let's see the video. Oh, wrong video.
Go ahead.
technical issues used tend to happen here.
Oh, I want to save that one.
You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it.
That's too cute to cut that way.
Sorry about that. Now I got to make sure that other one is the correct video. That's funny. Okay, remind me that when I go back to that video. So
Roger.
that was user error. That was user error.
I guess we didn't take that piece of duct tape off.
No,
Sorry, everybody.
definitely not. Thanks, Sean. Oh, you guys.
Press this button.
All right, let's get back to Sean here. Here we go. Still first day with the new rig. You know what I'm saying? I'll make that excuse.
Right.
Student driver. Mattel Barbie. I'm sure everyone has been paying attention to and following the unbelievably, incredibly smart evolution of Barbie and the Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So just recently, Mattel launched a Barbie doll to represent a person with Down syndrome. And they've launched this new line called Barbie Fashionistas. So the new doll is part of the Barbie Fashionistas line. And the whole point is to communicate with kids about showcasing more diverse representations and trying to fight the stigma around physical disabilities. And I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, super cool.
Previous Barbie Fashionista dolls have featured a person with a prosthetic leg, one with hearing aids, another comes with a wheelchair. And again, what's brilliant is we see some of these companies putting in significant effort to represent others as appropriate as possible. Mattel worked with the National Down Syndrome Society together on the doll shape, features, clothing, so on and so forth, to be as accurate and reflective as possible. And once again, we had a story last week, about the power of inclusion. The CEO from National Down Syndrome Society says this Barbie serves as a reminder that we should never underestimate the power of representation.
Absolutely.
So, it's a great story, and sadly we're excited by it, and I think it's brilliant, right? Hopefully we get past the point where we get excited about these, because now it's just common practice, and it's great. Love it. Super
great. Thank you, Sean, for putting that in. Really great.
Yeah.
All right, and getting back to Star Wars.
Yes.
I'm super excited this week. Jedi Survivor launched finally. It was a month late. It is the sequel to a game called Jedi Fallen Order. It features a character named Cal Kestis, who is trying to basically rebuild the Jedi Order. It kind of takes place in the timeline between the show Andor and the first part of Obi-Wan, so early in the Empire. After Order 66 for all you nerds out there. But the fun part about this is that they actually engaged Mark Hamill himself to help advertise the new game, and Mark is always entertaining. I don't know if you all follow him, but he is funny. His Twitter feed is hilarious. He is very poignant. He just steps up, and it's pretty awesome. So I have a video of this, and I double checked to make sure the video was right. So we're gonna roll this video, Sean. Let's just make sure it's not our doggy friend. Here we go.
Remember, just feel it.
All right.
You're on Kobo. The Mogul Wampa thing is coming. You're not scared. Show me focus. Good. You're not playing baseball.
Right.
You will take me to the senator now.
You'll take me to the senator
No
now.
less risk.
Mark, you know I don't actually have the Force, right?
BD1 says no excuses. Hold it. You get 2 lightsabers?
Well, technically 1, but I can split them.
You never gave me 2 lightsabers.
Mark? Duck! Okay, now use your Force powers to pull that sphere.
I really don't need you to explain the Force to me.
Oh my goodness,
I love that.
That's so great. And just so you think that I'm just not blowing a bunch of Jedi smoke here, This is me taking on the Rancor with my double-bladed orange lightsaber. It took like all night. That was like a 3-hour thing. Yeah, it was pretty difficult to take him on. And actually, if you lose to him, he picks you up and eats you. So that's always fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? Fantastic.
Good game. I recommend it to anybody there who is into Star Wars and wants to take on a Rancor. So all right, Jose, you are up, buddy.
All right. So for all you new material lovers, there's a groundbreaking new material made from worthless wood waste that has been developed, promising a sustainable solution for the construction industry, which is one of the biggest and most polluted industries in the world. The material is created by combining low-grade wood chips with a special binder, resulting in a strong, durable, and cost-effective product, which is the most important part of this whole new trend of sustainability. The technology behind the material has the potential to revolutionize the construction industry by providing a sustainable alternative to traditional building material. The material is lightweight and easy to transport, reducing the carbon footprint of construction projects and improving efficiency. This innovation is a shining example of how waste can be repurposed into valuable resources, showcasing the potential of a circular economy and sustainable manufacturing practices. For those of you who didn't know, and I just like to brag about this, I actually myself created one of these materials. It was made out of coffee grounds as a basis, and it was oriented to create single-use plastic alternatives, which are biodegradable. So I think this trend of new materials is going forward and full on, and I'm really proud of the person that actually did this and all the people that would love to have this in their houses for construction.
Yeah, man, that's super cool. Thank you so much for sharing. I love all the sustainability stuff that you and Sean put into the report here. So thank you for that.
Jose, I swear, if Dos Equis looks to replace their most interesting man in the world,
yeah,
with like
it's absolutely you.
Next generation, that is you. I'm putting your name to the Dos Equis.
I feel so honored.
I don't know if you watched the replay from the last show, Jose, but basically, Sean and I were gushing about you for a good 10 minutes. Like, we were just going on and on. Like,
oh my God.
Like all the great things that you do, and we can't even believe that you're gracing us with your presence on the show because you're busy saving the world, you know, one thing
and
at a time.
How about hair jealousy?
Yeah.
Total hair jealousy. Right? I never get to run my fingers through my own hair ever again.
Oh, there's wigs for that, Sean. There's wigs for that. All right, let's keep it
Thank you, guys.
Here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, dude. You are so welcome.
All right.
Okay.
We are winding down. We got one more after this. So from wood waste product to recycled organ cells, right? Once again, a big thank you to our great contributor, Mr. Barry Jacobson, always finding us unique stuff. There is a lot of work going into the opportunity, which should be complete within this decade, to literally utilize a human's cells from an organ to 3D print a replacement organ.
Come on. That's
so unbelievable, right? And what's fascinating, the articles is a little deep, so you can give it a read. What's amazing is it's literally using terminology, and I had to catch myself as if they were talking about like putting colored ink cartridges into your printer, right, and toner. And literally they're doing that, but they're filling the cartridges in essence, right, with different portions of cell parts that have been grown. And they 3D print a liver, a kidney. It can be done in as little as a few hours, and usually within a day. And the greatest thing is that there's such a need for, or such an opportunity for organ replacement that living donors only provide about 6,000 organs a year. And there are about 8,000 deceased donors annually providing 3.5 organs on average.
Wow.
But in the United States alone, there's 106,000 people that are on a waiting list. So the hope here too is they can fulfill many more organ needs versus going to live or to see stoners because
Right.
sorry, supply and demand, there just aren't enough.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that Ewan McGregor Scarlett Johansson movie though, where they were cloning people, but then they were taking what was that called?
Yes.
That was freaky.
The Island.
Yeah, The Island.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they had like
Yeah.
imprints of their memories in their heads and stuff. It was creepy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, and it actually reminded me of Bicentennial from Robin Williams. Like just
yeah.
people how they're creating, right? Like they're creating this whole way of making a human, quote unquote, just by creating cells and printing them. So
yeah.
how
Great.
far are we from all those movies we saw in the 90s
I know.
and early 2000s?
Not very far, Jose.
Well,
Not
honestly,
very far.
I know, right?
Let's hope AI doesn't figure out that humans can be used as batteries.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, exactly.
making us
They
that.
were all in the Matrix. All right, Sean Brown.
By the way, Juliet just gave us a good message. She said she listened to the NPR's Fresh Air on Tuesday, all about organ need and organs that are going to waste in the logistics and delivery process. So thank you for that. We will try to search for the link and we will upload it to our link tree for it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Excellent. All right, Sean. Now is the big time. We finally can watch your great video that you put on.
Yes. Right. So we try to close out, right? Close out each show with some just moment of inspiration, right? Emotional inspiration.
Yeah. And it doesn't take much, right? And if you have one of these and you want us to show it, we are happy to show it because it could be small, like that Star Wars May the 4th thing, really nothing but just to inspire people, again, thinking differently. It could come from all different kinds of sources, and this one is definitely coming from the dog. So here we go.
Okay, buddy, go ahead. Running. Cheater.
And that's all it is, but it's so great.
I love it.
The fact
it's so cool.
The fact that the dog actually held the camera straight the whole entire time. And at first, I thought the guy put like a ball at the end of it to intrigue the dog to hold it, but no, the dog was just holding the handle.
He just took it. He took it and ran, right?
Really,
He must
really
be a
great.
Hollywood dog.
All right, we are ending a little bit early today, but we hope you enjoyed and you were inspired. Jose, welcome back, buddy. We're happy that you can still come and join us with all the awesome endeavors that you have going on saving the world. So we appreciate that.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Yeah, and Sean, thank you again for putting together such a great report. Really, really cool. I love it.
Okay, guys. Yeah.
I will definitely get photographs of me in the Jedi costume next week when I go on the Galactic Star Cruiser, and we shall report that out accordingly. So thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you guys joining. And then again,
you need to show your lightsaber.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm getting an orange one, just like the one that I use with Cal Kestis. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We will see you next time. Sean and or Jose, if you would post the link tree once again for everybody, that would be great.
Will do.
And we will see you all next time.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Bye.
Hi everyone. Thank you.